A better route. Chapter 136. Kushina and Naruto were rushing through the battlefield at lightning speeds while trying to come up with some kind of plan of action for the rest of the fight. Well, Naruto was mostly listening to Kushina's plan, to be honest. Okay, first thing we need to do is gather the Jinchuriki all up in one place. Naruto raised an eyebrow. Alright, why do we need to do that? Kushina did her best to explain. You've got plenty of strong ninjas around, I can already tell that much. However, sooner or later, they will get separated from the pack. Not by accident either. Someone who hunts Jinchurikis knows better than to try fight them somewhere they can't focus. Naruto was impressed by how much his mother seemed to know about this stuff. Where did you learn all of this? Kushina smirked. The Uzumaki clan has pretty much always been the one to contain the Kyuubi, and he's pretty much always been hunted for his power. After a while, we just sort of learned the little tricks people used to try and get to him. Now that Naruto thought about it, that actually made a lot of sense. Good point. I'll get Fu and B on the line. Naruto went in his head and called both of them. Hey guys, we need to meet up right away. Get here as soon as you can. I'm gonna send you a beacon to where I'm at. Once the message was sent, Naruto and Kushina just kind of stood and waited. The first one to get there was B. Yo, Naruto. What did you need that was important, bro? Who's the red-haired chick? Naruto didn't have time to explain it all. Look, it's a long story, but this is my reanimated mother and we found a way to break her out. B didn't even seem fazed. Cool, good to meet ya. That's when they heard Fu, who was currently using her wings to fly at them. This better be important. I was just about to. Kushina got a terrified look in her eyes before Fu could finish. On your ankle. Fu looked down to see some kind of chain wrapped around her ankle and she could feel it yank her down. In less than a second she crashed into ground and kicked up a cloud of dust. When it cleared, the only thing Kushina could say was, "Oh fuck me." Naruto was squinting to try and see what had her so nervous and eventually saw a woman with red hair like his mother's and a diamond in her forehead. Wait a minute, I think I've seen that girl before. Kushina was almost shaking. That is Mito Senju Uzumaki, the woman who held Kurama before I did. To put it simply, she's a damn freight train. I mean, I've seen her pull stuff you wouldn't even believe, and she was pretty damn old back then. B looked pretty surprised too. Yo, is that Fukai? Why the hell did you bring him back, fool, you fool? Naruto recognized a couple of the other ones. Wait a minute, some of those guys used to have tailed Beast before they died. Did they revive a bunch of old Jinchurikis or something? Kushina suddenly realized what was going on. That's exactly what they did. If what we've got here is all that's left of living Jinchurikis, then I'm gonna guess they gave each of these guys a tailed beast and are planning on using them against us. Fu screamed at them while she tried to cut her chains that were pulling her in. Okay, could you please stop talking and help me? All of them realized what was happening and ran to go and help Fu. However, the head path, one revived Tuhiya Uchiha, wasn't about to let that happen. Fukai, you taking that rapping idiot. Mito, you can handle your successor, and I've got something special for Naruto so that the other three can focus on Fu. Naruto hated it when they had something special for him. Oh shit, what is it? Two men jumped down, one with silver hair and one with gold hair. Both of them had horns on their heads. One of them was holding some kind of broadsword and the other had a rope around his arm. Kurama was losing his mind in Naruto's head. Oh no, oh hell no. Kit, we are kicking these guys' ass. These motherfuckers better look like shit when you get done with them. Naruto didn't get what he was so angry about. Kurama, what's the big deal with these guys? Kurama started yelling, they ate me. I swallowed them whole, and they ate my flesh to survive. Those guys even took some of my chakra with them. Naruto suddenly understood what the problem was. In that case I'll be happy to help. Kurama did have to warn him though, be careful, they have 4 of the Sage of the Six Paths treasured tools in their possession. That rope draws out the word soul, the sword servers it, and the gourd absorbs your soul. The fan's just really badass. Naruto smacked his forehead. Oh, is that all? Kurama replied, no, but I'll fill you on the rest as the fight goes on. Naruto rolled his eyes and charged, fine, let's just get this thing started already. Kushina and Bee weren't nearly as excited for their fights, but rushed their opponents as well, beginning the epic battles. Kushina and Mito were quite possibly the 2 greatest chakra chain users in the history of the Uzumaki clan, and now they were about to go all out. Mito struck first, sending chains up from under the ground and on trying to bind them around Kushina. She made chakra chains of her own and wrapped them around Mito's before they could get to her. Then she pulled on the chains hard so that she could get Mito near her and made another chain to wrap around her hand like a brass knuckle. Kushina swung her fist hard and aimed right for Mito's face. The older Uzumaki saw the hit coming from a mile away and ducked before it got anywhere near her, sweeping Kushina's legs as she did. Kushina fell right on her ass and Mito put her foot to her throat. You're under the Rinnegan's control, so you can't talk like the others, can you? Mito just stared blankly and pressed harder on Kushina's throat. That was all the answer Kushina needed before she went into her next jutsu. She made a few hand seals and flame covered her hands, searing palms. Kushina grabbed her ankle and twisted on them, forcing Mito to get off of her. She jumped up and took a deep breath, getting her next attack ready, Great Flame Vortex. Mito saw the tornado coming and began to fill her cheeks with something. Much to Kushina's shock, she spit out a stream of lava right at the vortex, the 2 attack canceling one another out. Kushina was absolutely lost. Mito had a lot of different powers, but spitting lava definitely wasn't one of them. She tried to think of any reason Mito might have gotten this ability. Of course she had to think while dodging lava and chains, but she was thinking nonetheless. It took a moment, but it hit her eventually. She'd heard of Son Goku, the 4-tailed ape, before. Supposedly he gave his Jinchuriki were given a form of lava realce, which must have been passed on to Mito as well. This was gonna make things a lot more complicated. B was taking on a rather powerful opponent from his past as well. Fukai ended up losing control of Gyuki and killing a lot of people, but before that he a hell of a ninja. Although he'd been using the 8 tails all his life and now he had something else entirely, which left him at a bit of a disadvantage, or so B thought. Fukai was currently trying to burn him alive with blue flame B hadn't seen since Yujito had been the container of the 2 tails. Of course B knew this meant that Fukai now had the 2 tails and was likely intending on using it to take him out. B wasn't going to let that happen though. Fukai was coming at him claws like Yujito had used, so B smacked him away with one of his tentacles he'd grown out of his back. That all you got, Fukai? 'Cause if so, you aren't strong enough, guy. I'm the mighty killer B. There ain't no way you're gonna beat me. Fukai jumped up like it was nothing and activated one of his tails. Granted, that was halfway to his full power considering what tailed beast he had, but it was still nothing to joke about. He grew his claws out larger than before and ran at B on all fours. B activated the first phase of Jinchuriki Cloak as well and grew out Bull's skull on his arm. Like he does in the anime/manga, I really don't know a better way to describe it. He lunged at Fukai and smashed him in the stomach with the skull before he could claw him. The new 2 tails went flying and hit the ground hard. How do you like them apples, fool? Fukai stood up and let out a blood-curdling roar. He came charging back at B as he mumbled, "Motherfucker." That last fight was Naruto's big attempt to help Kurama get back at the Gold and Silver brothers. They recognized the Kyuubi's chakra instantly. Naruto could tell because they got excited. The one with gold hair was grinning. "Hey Ginkaku, looks like we're finally gonna get the chance to get the rest of that fox's chakra." The one with silver hair responded, "You know it, Kinkaku. We're gonna rip it right out of this little shit's body." Naruto hated how much these guys were underestimating him. "You guys clearly don't know who you're fucking with. If I were you, I'd let me seal you away right now and save everyone the trouble." Kinkaku scoffed, "Yeah right. Even if we could, we wouldn't be doing something that stupid." Ginkaku added, "You have no idea the kind of power you've got inside you, kid. We should be the ones to have it." Naruto smirked, "Well, if you really think that, then I guess I'll just have to prove you wrong." He took a kunai out of his pouch and threw it by her Kinkaku's feet. "You missed, kid. Looks like you've got a long way to go." Naruto almost laughed, "I don't have that far to go." "But you..." Naruto disappeared in a flash and then appeared right in front of Kinkaku with a Rasengan in hand. "You're gonna be going a real long way." Massive Rasengan. The giant Rasengan launched Kinkaku into the air and Naruto threw a kunai in the air after him. He disappeared in another yellow flash and was teleported right above Kinkaku. Naruto made another massive Rasengan and hit Kinkaku in the back with it, launching him right back down at incredible speed. Kinkaku, who was sandwiched in between two massive Rasengans, crashed right into his brother, smacking the rope into him as well. Naruto landed as the two of them stood up with angry looks on their faces. Ginkaku was Frio's, "Oh, you are so dead." Naruto gave his foxy grin, "We'll see about that. See you in the next one."